Hey guys, how you doing? Here's another one that we took today, STEM. And actually this was a really good play, really easy to play. Um, called out by actually one of our good friends in the Boo Factory told me to take notice of this thing. He thought it might run, and obviously the chart was very good. And then its competitor ASTM, we all know about ASTM. I mean, look at this thing, monster, right? I wish we all got this one, right? Thing is just making highs, making highs. This thing's blowing up, and so he had mentioned take a look at STEM. This thing could follow. So when I took a look at it, the chart was just right. And I believe we got in at 110. I was looking at the chart and I wanted to see if it could take out the high of the day before, basically. And so what we wanted to do, and that was 109. And so I figured, 110 would trigger at least a little mini breakout where, we might get some momentum to be able to hit 115. And so what we ended up doing was right at 110, we put our buy in, and I'd seen the volume come in too, so we kind of knew this trade was going to be valid right away. And so this is a daily chart that we look at. This is how we pick our entries and exits. And then as we're in the trade, now I'm looking at an intraday chart. And this is what we call an intraday chart. And so we bought right here at 110. Once we saw it started moving, and we tweeted a couple times, and I think our volume kind of pushed it right to 115. And if you can see, 115 would be another breakout right here. That would be the big breakout. And so I was looking at 115 as really, I was hoping it'd get past here so that we could catch a big move. And it ran to 115 and then plopped, because 115 serves as resistance. It fell. It didn't break on the first time, which often will happen. To really break out a stop, you might have to tap the resistance area a couple times. And so it pulled back, and then here we go. We tapped it again a couple more times on the intraday. During this next half hour between 10:30 and 11, we tapped it again a couple times. That's when I sent the premium tweet to you guys to say, hey, if this thing breaks 115, we're going to add it, because when you're looking at a breakout trade, if you can align a trade on multiple time frames where it's breaking out, you've got what's called, you've got a very low risk, high probability trade with a lot of power in it. And so we're looking at 115 breakout on the intraday time frame. We're looking at 115 breakout on the daily time frame. And so it was a no-brainer just to double up here. And so as you can see, right at 115, I double up, and then next thing you know, bam, more volume, right? Because everybody's getting in on this breakout, right? We're always a little bit early. That's how I like to keep it. But then now you see people just jumping in, jumping in. It's basing, 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 basing. And it fell back a little bit, but it's still, the reason I never sold it, the whole position, was that it still held above its 115 breakout, right? And so the trade is still valid. I want to go for it. And so we like to take a little bit of profit, but then we kept a little bit to see if it can break out again. And then towards the end of the day, it looked like it was about to break its high again, and boom, it closed at 120. And that's how it goes. It's a successful trade. I mean, you can see here all the positive volume accumulation during the day. The volume never dried up, and it was good. This is what we like to see in a breakout, because it had 466% of its daily average in volume, and that's huge. And so we want to really be aware that it usually trades like 1.5 million shares, and it was at 7 million. So volume is the fuel of breakouts. And so we had the right setup on the daily, we had the right setup on the intraday, we had volume, and we had sector momentum. So we're 4 for 4. I mean, it's like basically a perfect storm of perfection on a breakout trade. And so right there, you guys, it's an easy 10 cents. It's 9%. And you can do that in a day. And so we like to try to find these every day. Obviously, it's not possible every day, but it was a good trade for us, and easy way to spot, easy way to play a break.